I'll do it. I'll do what I want.
Closer.
Okay.
Wait, are these different notes to what you sent me? You just changed the whole friggin'...
The whole format?
Yeah. What
I'm
the
a
hell?
format flopper.
Yeah, we'll spring it on you.
Perfect.
Okay.
Who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Brianzy. Welcome. This is our podcast.
As this is a band of brothers of sorts, who are you related to?
Well, technically, I'm related to yourself.
Me?
Yeah.
Da 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 da.
Only by marriage, mate.
Oh, that
And technically, I'm
doesn't
more
count.
probably family than him. He's on the outer. Like, I live on the property.
I'm the black sheep.
He's friggin' down the
I
road.
bought my own house.
Yeah. Hey, I bought my own house too.
How long have you been playing Magic, Brianzy?
I think just before I got married. Was it 2013?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started
Yeah.
Innistrad,
Theros.
old school Innistrad, into Ravnica.
And
Peak-
Theros. Like,
Theros is when we really
Yeah.
started to.
it was the first Friday night Magic you took me to.
Yeah.
And I
The
just stood there.
Hyperdome.
I should have played.
Yeah.
I was standing there watching
Brianzy
like
came along and just watched like, a,
Yeah.
like some kind of weirdo.
I was standing there just watching like a
Oh,
Yeah.
looks good. Look,
Yeah.
that's good. Nice.
Yeah.
one of the paintings on the wall.
So what do you do here again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If any of you've tuned in, this is the Settling Scores podcast.
No one has.
If you're listening, this is the Settling Scores podcast.
No,
We've
no,
got
no.
guest starring Brianzy.
Brianzy's
Well,
in tonight.
actually,
the Viking himself.
I'm in the show. I'm in the show.
Right.
Yeah, I weasel my way in.
Favorite color of Magic, Brianzy?
Colours or colour?
Well,
Come on.
listen. This is how we did it: 1 color, 2 color, 3 color, 4
4
color
colour.
combinations.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what about 5?
Everyone has the same 5 color, I
Yeah.
believe.
I don't know.
Market research has led us to believe that everyone has the same 5 color
We're
combo.
not basic bitches.
Sure. I want to go orange.
Orange.
Anyway, I guess the first one was green.
Green.
Yeah, similar to yourself.
Ignore me spilling drink all over myself.
Yeah.
We're drinking sangria tonight.
Sangria. In I believe these are the recommended daily intake setting amount.
Mine's actually more recommended.
Yours looks
I believe this much is recommended. So
They say
green
glass a night with
Yeah.
with dinner.
favorite.
No, it was the first one.
Okay.
Favorite would have to be probably red, white.
Why?
White?
Look, there's a mix. I like a mix. That's why
You're a
it's gonna
flip
make orange.
flopper like me.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, let's go 2 color then.
yeah. It'll have to be red,
Red,
black.
Red black.
Red black.
Rakdos.
Yeah.
You don't even play any Rakdos.
You're
right?
not a chaotic kind of person.
Well, look, it leads towards my next favorite colors and my main colors.
Which is
Oh.
Mardu.
Mardu.
Yeah.
Red,
Green.
black, green.
No, red, black, white, guys.
Oh, what?
Yeah.
What's the white in there
Jeez,
for?
I'm so confused. A man with complicated taste.
So, okay.
yeah.
Mardu's that then. So Marchesa is your favorite commander?
No way, man.
No?
Yeah. I think you know which is my favorite commander.
Is it the Falcon?
Markov.
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 Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Edgar Markov.
One
of my favourites.
So, yeah.
And one of my
Brian
first
loves
as well.
to play extremely overpowered commanders.
Yeah, boys, we should talk about
Let's
that.
like
Yeah.
on like a,
Psychologically.
if you had to like rate the top 20 commanders in the format, I feel like you've got decks that are at least 5 of the top 20 kind of thing.
Yeah, I can't blame
No,
myself for that because
Yeah.
that is
Precon.
Yeah.
Precon. But it's a kind of interesting stat on your behalf. Like Nick plays. I'd say Yurika and Magda are kind of probably more mainstream.
Yuriko's my most
Most
mainstream.
Magda would have gone up.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yuriko's
But,
definitely
like-
my most mainstream, like
Yeah.
competitive level deck.
Yeah, and then I think like everyone at as far as everyone at the table goes, Brianzy, you're probably playing like the most kind of common your Muldrothers,
Yeah.
Omnath,
Omnath, Edgar Markovs.
Yeah.
Like you pick
Kalia.
the kind of
Yeah.
Kalia.
Kali, yeah.
Kalia are the vast.
Yeah, probably my second favorite.
I remember
Yeah.
one of my
Mardu, yeah.
first nights.
Mardu.
Muddy.
And then one of my first nights playing, he was like, Kalia, boom. And then you get to attack and just put things out. I'm
Yeah.
like, what's going on? I don't really understand. Like,
Yeah.
I thought we had to
Is
tap mana
there
to
more
play.
things that do that?
Yeah.
Or-
Yeah.
Is this normal?
So favorite deck? Are you sticking with Markov? Or would you
I-
swing in a different direction?
Yeah, I think I've changed. I think the Omnath deck is probably one of my favorites.
That's
'cause
a fun-
It's a good deck,
Yeah.
dude.
Looks fun.
Yeah.
The funny thing about that deck is that I love it up until I see Avenger of Zendikar come out,
Yeah.
and then I hate it
Which it
so
always
much.
does.
Yes,
Yeah, it'll
which
come out.
Sort of statistically,
Yeah.
as improbable as it is that it continuously comes out, it's always there, dude. I
Yeah.
don't understand it. It's crazy.
I blame the people who cut my deck.
Ah, Nick.
These guys.
Okay, dude, have you got a favorite card?
I don't think I've got a favorite
There's
card. It's pretty tough,
20,000
yeah.
unique cards. It's
Yeah.
hard to pick one.
Look,
I agree.
I'll give you a clue. A new one I received a new one recently.
Ooh, that's not a clue.
Okay, yeah.
That doesn't help me at all.
Oh, I'm
You
so
can see it's
sorry.
the Falcon one.
Literally could be any.
Yeah, Falcor.
Falcon.
Yeah, now
Not
it's
a
a
real
legal
card.
card.
But you're legally
But my
obligated
wife
to
gave
say
me a
that,
present.
though.
What?
You're legally obligated to say that.
Am I?
Well, if Brie ever watches.
I don't know.
We,
Yeah, I love it because it's got a picture of me on it.
We bet a lot of our hedges that no one we know will watch this podcast.
Yeah.
We did.
My mum's
Oh,
like, so
no
why
one-
do I...
no
I
one-
kept putting in the family chat, like, hey, can you, like, just watch it and, like, click like and stuff like that? And mum's like, so what do I have to do? I'm like, just fucking click it.
Yeah.
Just
You see,
help me out.
You just need to click
You know,
play and
I
then like
supported
it.
your dumb choices for 18 years. Just support mine for once. She'll never see this. It's
No,
fine.
she won't.
Okay. Favorite gameplay style. This is a question I struggle with myself a lot.
I think counter, just adding
Count?
counters
Adding
on my
counters.
Like
on
to
my
make-
But
creatures
that
and
would be
going
then-
wide.
Oh,
Going
counters.
wide?
Yeah,
Okay,
if
so
you notice
ag-
most of my
aggro?
decks. Yeah,
Yes, I noticed that you do that a lot.
Yeah.
In terms of hard and fast.
Yeah.
Wide and strong. Okay.
I think that's the only way to get around a lot of those creatures that just.
But board wipes are such a big part of the game. Like, I used to love playing aggro
Yeah.
until Massacre got.
Yeah, and it's only getting bigger.
Yeah.
I guess the amount of board wipes that are coming,
Yeah.
and the effectiveness of them.
And look, I trust you guys usually to play a counter on those board wipes. Yeah, so I don't put them in. I don't need them.
Whilst you have
Yeah,
the most
usually-
established board state.
Yeah.
As
You-
if we're going to stop it from happening.
Usually. Or I'll have some kind of effect like,
come back or something. Phases.
maybe Sanguine Bond will be
Yeah.
there for lifelink, or
Yeah.
you know,
okay.
my Dictator Erebos might be sitting out,
Okay.
ready to go.
The go wide, I used to obviously love that strategy, but then after, I feel like our meta has shifted to such a level that go wide isn't like functional anymore.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
Maybe.
it's kind of yeah.
But you remember, I won last season. Like, I won last season.
One of those seasons last
One
season.
of last season.
Well, no, I won
Not
the
the
league
important
this season.
No, you did not win the important one.
I think
I
it-
won the important one.
Are you sure? Because the,
Yeah, well,
the
Nick's
guy
got
who
the
left
trophy.
didn't think it was very important.
Oh,
So, this
That
one was
the
more
first
important.
one. You joined the one
Wow.
with Fabian. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you do you, boo.
Yeah.
As you can tell, we have two kings on the podcast here.
Yeah.
Me,
Yes.
the winner of last season.
Much like Rome had 5 emperors one year,
Yeah.
this year for us we have 2 emperors.
Yeah.
A two-headed dragon at
yeah.
the table.
Yes.
Is it? It's
What?
more like a little pipsqueak at the table.
Oh my
Oh
god!
my God.
Wow, who's got the
The
trophy?
Jester
We're
crowd.
next to her at the bottom of the leaderboard.
Why? Why do you like to play casual?
Yeah.
Well, you get to try different
We'll
things.
probably touch on this a little
I
bit
think-
tonight. But
I think from what I understand about competitive play is that you've got to purchase those decks to be able to.
but
yeah,
proxying
keep
is
up
a
there.
thing.
Yeah, proxying is a thing, but we can't all afford proxies.
We kind of look forward to that.
$7 a
that's true.
card from
If
Germany.
you're
Yeah.
paying for 40 cards and you're paying $2.50 each, oh well, it's a talk around $90, $80.
Yeah.
That's a
And
normal
you-
price for
It's
that.
100,
And
right?
as you're aware,
Cut that
and you
out,
did
that was stupid.
reveal on podcast last week, I am not very good with money or exchange rates for that matter. And telling my wife.
That's
So-
yeah. Listen, I mean,
So it's the entry point for you. You like it because of the entry point.
Yeah,
Just
and
get
I
it
think
in-
because Nick and myself, we used to play
we used to play a lot of
a
casual.
lot.
Yeah.
We used to play as much as possible, and I used to
Yeah.
just play the precons.
Yeah,
He'd
it's
build his
great.
own decks,
Yeah,
and I used to fuck him up.
yeah.
Like he was just
It was a constant.
Shit.
It was a constant thing of trying to build.
yeah,
The greatest thing about playing Brianzy with the precons, especially like 2016, 2017 precons that were
Yeah.
kind of, I would consider maybe 7s on the power scale, was that I
Okay.
had to
Yeah.
build quite aggressively to keep up with that
Yeah.
power level, which was good fun because when you're building a 100 card deck coming from standard, it's a huge shifting point to go from like I've got 4 of each card, I've only got 60 cards, 15 different combinations, and
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, I'm getting slammed. by fucking Edgar.
Yeah.
I need to really shift things up a gear or two.
And it was funny because it wasn't really like I didn't put much into it. It was the same deck as it had been from the beginning. So we got fucked.
Yeah,
Edgar.
a lot.
It's fun seeing those old commanders come back and still be relevant.
Oh,
it's fun. Like I think if you took a 2017 precon, added 2 or 3 cards, it would still be doing work. It would still be putting out a lot of effort.
Yeah, I think if you look at EDH Rec, they have Edgar, and it's always in the top 10 or top 15.
Popular. Dude,
every week they're making decks.
Any of them eminence cards.
Yeah.
Are doing work.
Yeah,
left, right, and center. Who's the biggest threat at the table?
Me.
And
I'm gonna say because I get targeted the most.
You do get targeted a lot because you play dumb cards.
No, not dumb cards.
I think strong.
Competitive cards.
Competitive. Look, at a casual table.
I
rest my case.
Yeah, I'll say right now. Anytime I bring out a deck, it doesn't matter what deck it is.
Like
it could
the
be
Kalia or the Omnath.
Everyone just goes, oh. Especially Nick, because he just has this weird.
I have nightmares with the games we used to play. I know the strength.
Yeah.
I feel like the funniest thing about the table is that I play a lot of games with Nick. I've played a lot of games with Brian. Fabian and Aaron are the only 2 kind of variables.
Yeah.
So I know 2/3 of the table or 3/4 of the table intimately. I know what the threats are going to be. I know when the decks become dangerous and stuff like that. And that's I feel like I show it a lot more. Like you're saying, like I will moan when I see because I'm just like, fuck, now I've got to worry about this. Yeah. I've got to worry about when I see this card.
Yeah.
There's a number of things I need to I'm then kind of worried, and everyone else is just like, cool, man. Let's see 4-color Omnath. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
People just let him roll out.
Yeah.
So long.
And then halfway through the game, they'll be like, I'll be shitty because they like killed 2 of my creatures, and I'm like, you don't understand what Brian's about to do.
Yeah. And I guess that leads into like our politicalness of the game.
Yes, absolutely.
Where most of the time you guys whinge about what I've got, and you start coming together to
yeah.
So that was a big part of when Fabian joined because he was new. He was underestimating Brianzy. So he was targeting me because I was his brother, and I got him into that. So he's like, I'll just take his stuff from there. And then he's gone for Nick because Nick was the other guy that was also like helping him out and giving him cards. And then he was just he'd be like, oh, Brian's cool.
Brian's flying on the radar,
And he'd be like, you gotta start hitting Brianzy because he's the deadliest guy here.
As soon as there's more than 4 elves on the battlefield, start sweating. Just start sweating immediately.
Elf deck for the first time last night for the new season. Fabian's like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, it's called a ball for a reason. Yeah. If you let it roll, it's gonna kill us all.
Yeah. And then I talked him out of keeping my card, exiling it.
Oh, that's so good.
Now, I know the answer. I believe I know the answer to your next question.
Say it. Give me the answer, then give me the question.
Okay, blue. Okay. What is your most hated color?
Yeah, it's blue. It's definitely blue.
You play blue.
Oh, tactic!
You play blue a decent amount, though.
Sangria,
I do, but I think I hate blue for the fact
Got
that...
a red fall over there.
Yeah.
It's my butt's nice and cold.
I think I hate blue for the fact that, a lot of us will run a counter in our deck or something that's going to steal or copy something that we have.
Being denied.
Yeah.
Your cool cards.
I like to just play my cards. I like to play them and
black and blue
see them out on the table. Yeah. I don't mind a board wipe or a return, but when you guys copy mine or steal it and gain control, I get so pissed off. Like, how the hell am I going to get this back? How am I going to get back?
Do you have that problem with black?
No, I love black.
So that
I love black.
I love sacking. I love life gain.
When we were playing standard back in the day, though, black was the most cancerous color.
And I think that the reason for that was because the other colors, we wanted to see more of them.
And also, you have more hardcore abilities. Like, you can only have 1 duress in a commander deck. Imagine going up against 4 duresses in a standard game.
We would have, like, flat out with standard. Murder was in the core set.
Yeah.
There was 2 or 3 other murders in the other sets. So if you're going up against a black deck, you knew there was 6 to 12 murders
Heroes
that you were going to see in a game.
Yeah, it's just like you already know you've lost, so now you have to play it out, and then it's just.
Well, it's not that you've lost; it's just that like you know that everything you put on the board, you're going to potentially lose. And on a standard game, when you know it might only last 5 turns, like you get guys with like aggro decks winning in 4 turns, pretty commonly. It was trash to try and deal with black. Black was just fucking horrible to deal with.
But in Commander, as you
Commander's,
said,
it's a
really only have 1 card of each type.
All of Black's murders, like board wipe murders, are so expensive. That you kind of don't, you know, like in Garruk's Wake, you know, the what's the big one, Damnation.
Damnation.
It's the only one that costs 4. It's
the Expel one,
so
the
expensive.
X-Life one, -1 counters. It's like
and then all the if you have any like removal single target. You know, you usually splash in another color, and it's usually more expensive again.
Yeah, the single target's interesting in Commander because it feels so useless when you're building a deck.
But the spot removal is good. Yeah, it feels like a waste. Like how am I?
Yes, because if you have 4 or 5 slots available, it's 1 in 20 cards.
Yeah,
you may see 1 a game. Meanwhile, you have like 6 threats potentially.
Yeah.
It just feels way more economic to put in board wipes. Whether or not it's actually functional or not, it's a different thing. But
I think that's why, like, you splash in white and you can sort of protect your own creatures that way.
Especially with my favorite white card of all time, that one that just exiles your entire field and brings them back.
Yeah.
No, the cheap version that costs 3 and it's like a 60-cent card. I've put in a couple of decks now. Damn it!
If you know what that card is.
Please comment.
Yeah, please comment.
Yeah.
Send us mail.
Send us mail. I'll flash it up
down under
somewhere.
But
it's a terrific card. It just until the end of turn exiles them all. They come back on the next end step.
Yeah.
So,
if you got a spare one, I might need it.
I think I actually think it's actually gone up recently.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Brianzy, final question for our presenter profile.
Yep.
Who's the funnest person to mess with?
I think I know the answer to this one.
Yeah, you.
Me.
It's hilarious. Because you straight in go with your politicalness and go, if you do that, I'm going to destroy you, or I'm going to take this, or I'm going to...
Like, try and threaten.
Yeah.
It's one of the only things
and you
I
bluff.
got to work with.
You really try and bluff
I know, yeah.
Because I know you don't have anything.
No, I know. If I had anything, I'd play it.
And usually, if you had something, I look at Nick over here, and he just like...
Yeah.
He can see your board state and
you
your
two
deck.
I feel like you two sitting right in front of each other is a bad combination in a sense.
Oh.
No, it's good. I enjoy it.
It actually
I know,
is good.
I know you do.
It's my favourite way.
Yeah.
I like having you on my side, and then having Fabian, you there, and then Fabian as far away as me as possible.
Yeah. I feel like the where we sit
determines a lot that goes on.
Yeah,
it does. It really especially
does. I try not
who
to,
you target.
I try not to think about that. Like I just personally, I don't. Like, when I'm looking at the board, everyone's board is either scary or not scary.
Yeah.
I try not to think about, like having Fabian in front of me doesn't make me favour him. The thing that makes me favour him is that he is usually playing decks that can help me a lot. Yeah. In a way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
all games in the night.
Yeah, which is, you know...
the recent ones, anyway.
Like... Nick and I was discussing the rat game before, which is on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Everyone can.
If you haven't seen it right now,
episode 3.
Give us a short 2-round play-by-play. What happened with the rats?
The rats was an interesting scenario.
The last 2 rounds that happened with it.
So, from where I was sitting, I had Blood Artist and Falcon Wreath Noble, and I was I had a tutor come up. I diabolical tutored straight into my deck to find Plague of Vermin. The idea is that if everyone created a heap of 1/1s, I could block with them, and everyone would take 2 damage, and I would gain 1 life. So the idea is that at that point of the game, that was the perfect card to tutor for, because there was no big threats on the board really. Brianzy's board state was pretty diminished. Fabian's was clerics, who gives a fuck, they don't swing for much. Nick's had started to build, and was another reason to have a lot of blockers on the table. So I tutored for that. At that point, it swung around. Nick Blasphemous acted, which wiped the entire board.
Yeah.
And at that point, all of the cards in my hand were useless. The only thing I really had to work with was the Plague of Vermin.
Yeah.
And at that point, we were all at we'd been brought to such low health totals between the vampire on Fabian's side and the one on my side, that it was kind of like, okay, I'm going to either sit here for 4 or 5 turns until I draw into something decent and hope that Nick doesn't re-establish quicker, which is with the Prismari precon, as far as I can see. Dude, you can pump the 4/4s out.
I would just need to just wait at the turn so I could just start slinging out spells.
Yeah,
so like, in terms of boards, I changed the mana, which I had.
Yes,
I think you were just top decking at that stage as well.
No, I had some cards.
Oh, did you?
I was desperately trying to wait till
because
my turn.
you'd done the delve through time twice. I think 2 turns before that. So you had an extra 4 cards. Brianzy had the 4 mana, so at that point of the game, it was kind of like...
Yeah, it was end game there.
Yeah, Brianzy was just kind of clinging. Almost
I had nothing in my hand.
Almost a candidate for the ring girl.
We had just recently wheeled as well.
Actually, that should be a bonus point given to myself. Ringo. Thank you.
So it was a really interesting game in terms of the fact that like everything I'd kind of like worked for and planned 3 turns in advance, with that one Blasphemous Act all of a sudden was completely gone. And I feel like, Nick, you were just in the prime position with the Prismari to kind of keep trampling through at that point. So I played Plague of Vermin, and we all just created a bunch of rats and killed each other.
Yeah. Well, pretty much we got killed by Fabian anyway.
Yeah,
Fabian. Friggin' rats.
Because you had the summoning sickness on your turn, so doesn't Fabian have the rats? And Fabian had 30 rats. 30 rats. No more summoning sickness. So
it was
he had about 55 health at the time too. 58
so
health.
that was the crazy thing about that card, is that Blood Artist and Falconheath Noble each say deals 1 damage to each opponent and you gain 1 life. Whereas the card that he had said deal 1 damage to each opponent and you gain that much life.
Yeah. So
the difference was he went from like 20 health to 50. Meanwhile, we were all stuck quite low at under 20.
I realized that the Blasphemous Act screwed me because I was just bleeding damage.
Oh, okay, right, yeah.
How much I bled?
You went from like 30 something down to 7, I think.
Yeah, we lost about 27 damage that turn.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And I think that technically was your fault. Like, look, I'm not going to blame myself. I was sitting there with nothing. I had no board state.
He just played the Lightning Greaves, and
let's not blame the guy that equalized everything. Let's blame the guy that gave Fabian 30 rats for no reason.
I had nothing else to play.
Other than to do nothing.
Yeah, you could have just played your land and just passed turn.
Conceded?
Yeah.
You've done that before.
Giving us the win, yeah.
It was definitely one of the games where it's just like, I've got nothing. I'd rather just end it.
Yeah.
Quickly and efficiently than try and rebuild from this point.
Yeah.
But I guess that's the thing. That's just one of them games where one card instantly changes the outcome of the game.
Well, actually, it was a few cards. Blasphemous Act. Rats, fuck. Oh my god, Vermin is just
the Vermin. That was the funniest thing, is that I tutored for that with my own victory in mind.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that tutor was a complete waste.
Yeah, it was 4 mana gone.
So that's interesting that you say that, Nick. What would you have not played the Blasphemous Act if you had your time over again? What would?
Yeah, because I didn't realize I would bleed so much.
Okay.
But I was able to exile his graveyard because the clerics just kept coming back and back.
Yeah. Especially the Luminous Broodmoth. Out on the battlefield, that was a big issue.
I think I just was missing the spot removal to kind of get rid of his stuff.
Yeah, you can see his smug face, just knowing that he was going to win.
Smug or a mock.
Yeah, and his little rat-like witticisms, trying to keep himself alive, begging for second place when he really just goes for first.
Yeah,
it's very interesting that he has won as many games as he has
this season. Yeah,
because whenever I look at his board, I'm never worried. Yeah, and that could like we'll touch on this in the podcast,
but which is right now.
Which
if you're tuning in,
we'll have to
subscribe.
We're already 25 minutes into it. We'll have to set a little limit and start again in a sense. But the whole not knowing your opponent becomes a big issue. Yeah, a lot of
it's a new deck, so I think we haven't really. That was the second time you've played.
Second time or third
also,
time.
And if you're signing up to a Discord channel that gives you a deck for free, you're pretty much screwed there, guys.
There was a little contention with Fabian and building his decks on competitive Discords.
Yeah, we'll have to get him in here so he can defend himself one night.
Yeah, well, while he's not here, we'll keep dogging him.
We'll keep it. Yeah, that's right.
We'll live it up.
Anyone who's not here cops it. Because if they were dedicated, they'd be here.
That's exactly right. I copped it the last 2 weeks. So.
Brianzy's only come to defend his honour.
I've copped it.
That's the only reason he's here.
Look, I've copped it for the last... How many years have we been together? 15, 20 years?
Dude, we've known each other for a long time now. I'd say 15 years is probably accurate.
Half our lives.
Half our lives, dude.
Yeah, dude.
It's insane.
And they're staring at if you listen on Spotify, they stare at each other with the eyes for a long amount of time.
Yeah. Look, we've been pretty close.
We've been
through a lot. We've been through a lot.
All the swinger parties.
Sorry, what was the last question again?
The biggest threat.
Oh, there's me.
Yeah.
No.
Who I hate the most?
Who's the funniest to mess with?
Oh, yeah, Nick.
Yeah.
Destroy stuff. He whinges. Yeah. Blah, blah.